come on up. We have a special guest here today. She's going to do a presentation for you on strong families. Angie is a friend of mine. We go way back. And when she found out that I was leading here a Wednesday Bible study and in women's Bible study at VRL, we connected again about strong families. And then she connected with Steve Allen at the church, and Steve agrees that this is something we need to bring back to our church. And so she's here today to present to you guys what it's all about and talk to you about the orientation coming up.
Like she said, my name is Angie Newman. This is Carly Howie. We are here to share about this ministry that used to be called Safe Families for Children. And some of you may have heard about Safe Families for Children, but we are now the Strong Families Ministry here at VRL. And this ministry is a movement of compassion aimed at child abuse prevention and returning the church to the forefront of caring for widows and orphans. 50, 60 years ago, foster care didn't exist, and when a family was in crisis, they came to the local church. Whether they were believers or non-believers, this is where they came to get help. The state has really stepped forward, as we've all seen, with foster care, and the church has fallen back, and the ministry really aims to return the church to its rightful place of being being primarily who we come to when we need help. This ministry is about pulling people out of isolation and into a loving community. It's about loving your neighbor, and it's about extending radical biblical hospitality.
So you may be thinking, how do we do this? Well, we do partner with local organizations throughout Spokane that make referrals to families in crisis to us. Predominantly, we are serving single women, about 98%. But women, families, fathers, they reach out and call us, and the crisis that they are in can range from a woman fleeing domestic violence. She needs a few days so that she can get things in order to get a safe place for her and her children to live. We have referrals from the hospitals where a call will come in and mom needs to go to the hospital. She has a 6-month-old baby. Baby cannot come. Where can baby stay for a couple nights? We also get calls from Vanessa Behan, where there's a family that needs us because they are homeless and it is dropping well below freezing at night. They're sleeping in their car. They can't help them for enough time at the crisis shelter. They need a family to come alongside them to help keep the kids safe while they're transitioning and finding a place to live. So our referrals come from all sorts of community organizations. I actually have had the privilege of walking alongside some women from Anna Ogden Hall that come to Valley Real Life Recovery Program, actually. And so we get referrals from recovery programs. I have been walking alongside and hosting children from a couple women who go here for that recovery program for a couple years. And what I help them with is getting a good night's sleep and having a mental health break and working on their homework that they need to do for their program so that they can stay in recovery. So crisis shelters, homeless shelters, families who just hear about us, they call us, we reach out to you, and Angie will tell you about that, to practice this radical biblical hospitality.
So we have many pieces of this ministry. We have a ministry lead, which you actually already have her. Her name is Lori Wood, and she's been wonderful in helping getting this ministry up and running at VRL, so we're very excited to have her. We then have host families, and these are the people that are welcoming children into their home for generally short periods of time, depending on your availability as a host family. We host the children in our homes, but we also reach out in loving relationship to mom or dad, encouraging them, letting them, sending pictures and texts, letting them know that their kids are okay and that we're supporting them and whatever it is that they're doing. We then have family coaches. Family coaches organize what we call family friends to really support our host families. We cannot host a lot if we don't have the entire church body behind us. So the family coach really organizes all of that support and helps equip and support our host families as they host children. And then we have family friends, and this is where anybody can be involved. These are the people that are bringing diapers and formula and wipes And coffee, lots and lots of coffee, meals, offering rides, transportation, childcare to our host families as they are serving these children of the families in crisis. So we can't do it without the whole body coming together to serve these families.
And you might be thinking, I just don't have enough. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough space. I don't have enough health. I don't have enough, whatever it is, you might be thinking you just don't have enough. But we know that we serve a big God that takes the offering that we bring. We think about the little boy and the 2 fish and the 5 loaves of bread, and he multiplied it and he made it more than enough. And so I would just encourage you. I've been doing this for about 4 years, and I've walked alongside lots of families who have stepped into this. Older people, 65 plus, wife has MS, and they have had a unique ability to serve their family team at the church and actually host a little girl on and off for a couple years. We've been able to watch people who have said, gosh, I am in an apartment, but I have a couch. And that is such a safe place, and it is so warm, and it is so loving, and it is enough. So if you're thinking, I don't have enough, just see what God does with it, and see when you bring your offering, what he'll do with that. We will encourage you, we will help you find a way to serve, and just want to encourage you in that way.
So, if you would like to learn more, number one, we're going to have a table outside. You can come ask questions. We are going to have an orientation here at 1 p.m. on April 16th. So bring your spouses, bring your friends, and you can learn more there. You can sign up to come to that orientation out at the table and ask any more questions that you have. But we love VRL. VRL has quite quietly partnered with us for a really long time. But I know by the size of this room, this is a giant women's Bible study, and I know that there are some host families in this room that can be serving these families in crisis, and I know that there's a wonderful ministry team